I I told y'all Monster Hunter was gonna ruin my social life. I absolutely told y'all. What's going on, man? It's your boy BigDonSkillz, and today we're gonna be talking about Monster Hunter and what I think is actually the most underrated part of the game that people really aren't talking about. Let me start off by saying the story mode for this game is such a vast improvement from the previous Monster Hunter games. Other Monster Hunter games had this very basic concept of, oh, we're in a new land, we're exploring, we're just hunting these monsters. And it really felt like you were just going in somebody else's territory, taking over, and just slaying these monsters for no reason. But this game has actually managed to change a lot of things that I felt like the previous games could have improved on. Now for me, I've been primarily playing since World, even though I've dabbled in some of the older iterations of Monster Hunter. But one of the issues that Monster Hunter World had and Monster Hunter Rise had was the fact that you felt like you weren't connected to the story at all. It's like, okay, I'm just here for the content. A lot of people have accepted that with these games, that hey, I'm just going to be here for the content. I'm just here to slay monsters, upgrade my armor, upgrade my weapons, repeat the cycle, right? But I actually like to be immersed a little bit in my environment, in the game that I'm playing, which is what World wanted to do, but didn't hit the mark with its story. For people that are new to this series, let me say this. There are things that you may not even know that Monster Hunter Wilds is doing that the previous Monster Hunters didn't do. For one, your character talks on this game. You're the protagonist and he talks. And he's a very well-written character and he has a good personality, you know, he or she. Your character feels legitimate. And before he was just a silent protagonist, no personality, didn't really say anything. And then the side characters, which is the biggest improvement, the side characters actually have names. And they didn't have names in these previous games. They were just called, oh, the handler. The handler in this game would be the equivalent of the girl who gives you the quest, right? That's her name, the handler. Like, what? Or the other hunters. They call you Hunter because you're a generic character. But the other hunters' names would be Overexcited Hunter or the Admiral, the General. They had no names. And so you're like, how can I even care about these characters if they don't even have names, right? I think this cast is really good and it can be a little, you know, corny, a little bit on the corny side. It's a little lighthearted, but I'm totally okay with that for this game because it shows that they're putting effort and they're tying in every locale, every monster to what's actually going on in the plot. And you're actually invested to see how these characters develop. Another one of my favorite things is how when you come up to some of the side characters, Gemma, for example, or Olivia. That's my girl. I love me some Olivia. All right, post-editing DonSkillz here. I just always wanted to say that I feel like Olivia is literally Brienne of Tarth from Game of Thrones. The devs had to have done it. Okay, back to your regularly scheduled production. When you talk to them, they engage in conversation, full cutscenes with you. They tell you a little bit about their struggles, their personal things that they're going through. And the game kind of shows that as you're exploring these monsters and learning about, you know, the past and the civilizations and stuff like that. You see the characters have certain ways that they feel about what's going on. And not to mention, in the background, I'm going to be having these cutscenes playing from the game. These cutscenes, man, Monster Hunter cutscenes are like 10 out of 10. They didn't miss with this. Monster Hunter Rise, the cutscenes for the monster introductions were 10 out of 10. And this is also like right there, like 9 out of 10, 10 out of 10. Beautiful cutscenes. They look so much better in the new engine. And I just think that people that are really rushing through this game right now, just to get to the end game, like it's okay that end game's always going to be there for you, but like slow down a little bit. It's okay. Like it's going to be there for you, you know, slow down. But yeah, I just wanted to talk about that. I think the cutscenes and the story and the presentation is the most underrated part of this game. The combat, everything else is great, and that's something I can talk about in another video. This story is actually really keeping me invested, and I'm excited to see what's happening as the world is being developed. So let me know what y'all think down below, how you feel about the Monster Hunter Wilds story. Do you like it, or are you just skipping it to get to the in-game content? But as always, I appreciate y'all for liking this video. If you'd be interested in a beginner guide, comment down below and let me know, and I could possibly put out a beginner tips guide for some of the newcomers to the series. There's a lot of things to do in Monster Hunter, and it's complicated. So I hope y'all enjoyed the video, and I'm gonna see y'all on the flip side. Guess what, y'all? Deuces.